Hello, hello. Just setting everything up. I apologize for being late. Got a couple of things to show you. All right, so we start here with them. So we'll be pulling from NBC, Inner City Press, and let's see if we can. And CNN. So you all come on in, come on in. All right. Let's cut this off. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. So wherever you are and you're watching me, y'all please, if you're on X, please hit that heart button. If you're on YouTube, please hit that like button. And if you're on Twitch, send me a bit. I found out what y'all do over there. All right. I'm gonna let just a few more of you all come in, and then I'm gonna start. Now, yesterday we talked about it was pretty much finance people and the bombshell of Mr. Garcia talking about the bribe that Diddy and KK uh, gave to him in regards to that video. He said that he was paid $100,000. He gave 50,000 of it to his supervisor. And he gave I've got so many electronics out, y'all. I've got to do my deep dive of putting up cords and all kinds of stuff here in my office. He gave 50% to his supervisor. He gave $20,000 to one of the other guys that were working, not Israel Flores, and he kept 30,000 and bought a car. Then we had the chief financial officer. He said he didn't know anything about the goings on is in Diddy's personal life. He said, however, they did bring in the transactions in regards to Cassie's mother, and that just kind of corroborated what was going on there. And I think he was familiar with that. And you remember yesterday I told you there was some stuff going on inside the courtroom. Well, child, there was stuff going on the outside of the courtroom too. Now, I was going to show you all this because the lady who was kicked out, she did an interview. She did an interview. So let me share my screen. Let's get her up. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm going to put her up on the screen. Now, this is supposed to be the lady that they let out that was screaming, Puff, these MS are laughing at you. So let's hear her tell us what was going on, and make sure that you all can hear. All right.
The white U.S. Marshal, I said to her, the white U.S. Marshal, I said, it's not okay. It's not nice. It's not nice. This black man is sitting in there. It's not okay. It's not okay. No, it's not.
When you were removed from the courtroom, did you manage to see Diddy's reaction at all?
I saw Diddy when he did like this. That's it. I saw him when, as soon as I was loud, he turned around. That's all I saw because there were three people surrounding me. So it was the tall black man, U.S. Marshal. He was here on the elevator holding me. It's okay with this arm. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Meanwhile, the white one that had my arm here, you let go of my arm. Let my arm go. The white lady, U.S. Marshal, let her arm go. Let her arm go.
So you were not injured at all. You were just
I
removed.
was not. There's no pinch mark. He was pinching it and holding it and twisting it at the same time. No mark because he knows how much force to use. Sean John Combs is inspirational. He is perfection walking. There's no such other black man that I know that went from looking the way he did in 1993 when he first came out.
Do you have any regrets?
Not one. You cannot live with regrets. I said to her, the white.
So this is the lady that was inside the courtroom cutting up. Then I understand that there was somebody on the outside of the courtroom cutting up. Hold on. I don't know how much of that I got. All right. All right. Let me add that back to stage. Now, this is Armand Wiggins. He was getting ready to do a midday live with his followers, and I'll play it now.
While we in here, the courtroom is going crazy already. We first get here, they didn't already put somebody out of the court. Okay, now the courtroom erupted early on. It erupted early. It unwrapped today. It unwrapped today. The courtroom. Who are you talking to? You're not talking to me, bitch. I don't know you.
Sorry for the language.
You a clout chasing ass bitch. I don't know you. Get your retarded ass away from me. Bye, bitch. I don't know you. So, bitch. Who the fuck are you? Look at this weird ass bitch. Who is this? Bitch, you're a crackhead, bitch. Goodbye. Anyway, so you crackhead, bitch. Go do some motherfucking drugs. Hello? So this is crazy in the courtroom. You got the crackhead. Bitch, I know I'm going to clock you, bitch, if you walk up on me. That's very clear. Bitch, walk up on me. Walk on me, bitch. You're going to gag. All right, bitch, I'm going to pride you. I'm going to knock the fuck out you, bitch. You walk up on me. You weird ass, crackhead ass, bitch. Walk up on me, bitch. I'm going to knock the fuck out you, hoe. Yes, it's going down.
And it goes on and on and on. They get in front of, and then other bloggers kind of got her too. I just wanted to show you that there was calamity going on the in and calamity going on the outside of court yesterday. Now, I did listen to one blogger who was saying that it felt like, because there was a blogger who released Mia's real name, and I'm gonna say this, Doxter, and that particular blogger was removed from the court. No longer has access to the court. As he should, because y'all, it's not that important. It's not that important. If the prosecution and the defense feel like a person shouldn't be feel like their identity shouldn't be known, then their identity shouldn't be known. And that's just on period. I don't, and we need to respect that, and we need to respect the courts, because what that does is, whether you are, for those of us that do content creation, what that does is that it puts us into the thing that we're not serious, that we're just there for the clicks and the views, and we're not trying to get this information out to those of you all that follow us. And so it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. If you say you're going to these court cases, if you're going to these court cases and you're reporting on these court cases, do that. But don't go outside of what the judge has asked you to do in regards. If someone comes in and they are anonymous, then they are anonymous. And that has, I know a lot of people say, well, if they get in there, they're supposed to. If they come in and everybody agrees that their anonymity is important, it's important. Okay. For whatever those reasons are, we just have to respect those reasons. Because, if we keep doxing people because, oh, well, it's just news, everybody has a right to know. You don't know what's going on because you're so busy thinking about, well, everybody needs to know who their name is. You don't even know what's surrounding these people. Now, I know that you all have respect for it, because even when these types of trials were going on with the mob and the mafia back in the day, you knew it was important that people's names were not given, or their identity given, because their lives or something like that could be in jeopardy. That you don't know what's going on surrounding these people for whatever reason. You just don't know, and you just have to respect that if there's an anonymity order, then there's an anonymity order, and don't violate it. Now you're looking at the fact that your credibility is lost. Why? Because you had to get that person's name out. Well, now you can't even get back in the courtroom. How you gonna complain when you can't get in? All right, let's get it started. I wanted to show you those two videos. I hadn't noticed anything else that I needed to show you all. So let's get into it. All right, do I have it up? Yes, we do. Okay, U.S. versus Sean Combs. It's their day 16, and I count my days from the first day that they started trial. So you minus those 5 days that they 5 or 6 days, 7 days when they were doing jury selection. All right. Video fight comes to the head, then victim witness Jane, text not to be shown. So they're talking about the trial. Let's get into it. Let's see what was going on before the jury came in. What about the witnesses' conflict with other romantic partners? Prosecution. The last one was with a colleague, not a girlfriend. Note, none of this is in the docket despite inner city press filing judge orders. Well, Shapiro. This is impeachment material. Judge, these are assaults under Rule 608B. Is that fair? Shapiro, it's not 608B. We're happy to provide the proffer ex parte. It's difficult to explain the fact. Judge, ex parte proffer is irregular. Filings too. Shapiro. We want to put in album art for Miss Ventura's Love a Loser video. It shows she is engaged in business independent of Mr. Combs. You're going to ask, why do you need the photos? Judge, I was going to ask that. Shapiro, prosecution has done it too. Judge, I don't see the probative value of these defense exhibit. The defense is free to question the witness about them. What about the drugs? Shapiro, it shows the witness it was taking ketamine with Cassie, and Mr. Combs didn't like it. Prosecution, it's inadmissible. Judge, Mr. Combs says it's whack or whack. It goes to the state of mind. It is admissible. Anything more? The Dr. Hughes letter that was docketed at midnight. So there is a letter. I don't want to leave from here because you leave from here and you lose the thread, and we lost the thread yesterday. I don't know if we're going to lose it today. Judge, defense has to Monday to respond. Is Dr. Hughes' second testimony about coercive control, given what the Second Circuit said in U.S. versus Larry Ray? Prosecution, yes, under that recent decision. Prosecution. We are working on a different instruction before the testimony of Jane on the pseudonym issue, Judge. Just hand it up. If you agree, and I will read it. Does witness Brianna Bongolian need a Fifth Amendment immunity order? Prosecution, yes. Judge, I'll ask our courtroom deputy to check on our jury. Jury ending. First, we wish to enter some exhibits into evidence before the jury. A search of Two Star Island by Homeland Security, by HSI, found this cell phone. Now, Para 14, the exhibits are excerpts of the data. Prosecution, the data shows Twitter exhibits and text to D-Rock, who says, "We in the security room." Owner, what does Shorty say? D-Rock, Cass is calling studio looking for you. Owner, what did she say on the other thing? Act like I said I'm not effing with her, okay? D, okay. Prosecution. Owner says, ask, how is her eye? D-Rock, I told everyone a fight broke out in the club. She ain't tripping. She ain't tell nobody. I'm about to call you. Judge, thank you. The government may call their next witness. The government calls Frank Piazza. Who is Frank Piazza? Hey. Who is Frank Piazza? Prosecution, where do you work? Plaza. Legal, audio, and video. Have you testified before? Mostly criminal matters. I've also done some civil and dispositions. Prosecution, have you been qualified as an expert? Piazza, 50 times. We moved to qualify Mr. Piazza as an expert. The defense has no objections. Judge, he's an expert. Well, darn, it just takes that. All I have to do is say I qualify you as an expert, and you an expert. Well, let's keep going. How many times have you worked for the Southern District of New York? Piazza, 50 or 100 times. Does that impact your testimony? No, I do 75% defense work. Are you being paid? What is your hourly rate? $295. Yes. So he gets $295 an hour for what he does when he comes to court, and he is an expert witness. You analyze cell phone videos and surveillance videos? Piazza, yes. Let me show you. So the video of towel Combs kicking Cassie on the ground is shown. What is a frame rate? Piazza, frame per second. It causes a video to have more info per second. This cell phone video of a video, was shot on an iPhone 6, 30 frames a second. It was not edited or tampered with, I found. Prosecution, did you reach a conclusion? Piazza, they are accurate. Prosecution, and the surveillance video, there were issues. Piazza, the clock was sent to play 30 frames for a second, but this was 22 frames, so it played faster. We had to account for that. How? So this is all technical stuff. Now, this is technical stuff of the video that was that we saw on CNN, which was from the security footage. Now, I don't know if the video that CNN has was the video that Flores took, because Flores took the video of the security, took a video of the security footage. So I don't know if CNN had the actual footage, or if CNN had a copy of the copy that that Israel Flores took. Does that make sense? Because there's the actual footage that was playing from the actual cameras in the Intercontinental Hotel, and then it was downloaded onto their server. Okay. Diddy and them got a copy from the server and then had them to delete the original video. What they didn't know was that Flores took a copy, made a copy with his iPhone. He stood there with his iPhone and he recorded the whole situation. Because remember, he took it home to his wife because she wasn't going to believe it. So they didn't know, as far as from the testimony yesterday, I don't think anybody knew that Flores had already done that. So all of that to say, I am thinking that CNN had the copy that Flores had. But let's continue. I know that was a lot, but that's the best way that I can understand it. The clock was set to play at 30 frames a second, but this was 22 frames, so it played faster. We had to account for that. How? We counted the frames and used software to correct the timing. Prosecution. Were the surveillance video altered? No. Piazza. Here's the video stream. Here, the video stream was corrupted. This had caused a distortion. Prosecution. The whole file or just these small pieces? Piazza. The corruption exists in the video stream. There is a structure called a GOP, group of pictures. We have predictive frames. Don't want to know any of this means, but we're going to go get through it. Piazza. You don't know this, but a static camera does not record a wall that does not move each second. It's repeated. Only what moves is recorded. Prosecution. Play 55 seconds. Video shown. Combs throws Cassie to the ground and kicks her. Wow. Prosecution. Did you see pixelation? Piazza. Yes. Prosecution. Does it represent manipulation? No. You can choose motion activity. The camera only turns on when there is motion, but it causes timestamp issues. Go back frame by frame. I want to point something out. He says, this seems to be a collision of two issues. Look at the male sitting down. There appears to be a ghost of a person. The motion activity begins to sense that we have motion. Now there is a full figure in the frame. That file is corrupted. Did you make a compilation? Yes, your office requested it. They are edited to track the movement of individuals inside the event. Prosecution. Does it have different camera angles in it? Yes. How do you show the changes? Black screen. Is this the compilation? Yes. Play the first 30 seconds. What is happening? This is Piazza. The male is running down the hallway. He throws her down. Now drag her on screen. What did the man just do? Dragging the woman holding a bag. What is he holding? It appears to be a cell phone glowing. Prosecution. Well, let's focus on what happens in the mirror. Play it. What happened? The male picked up a small object, what appears to be a vase, and threw it across the room at the woman. Continuing playing. Who is emerging now? Piazza. The female with a duffel, her luggage. Prosecution. Now what? The security person. Prosecution. Now the man, Combs, walks away, holding what? Appears to be a cell phone. He puts it to his ear. You find these accurate? Yes. And this was all the footage I had. Okay, prosecution. Let's turn to the X videos. PX 201 to 210. Let me clarify. These are under seals. These were recovered from the Frank Black user on a device provided to the U.S. by Ms. Ventura. So, okay. Oh. Give me one moment. What I'm looking through is that I just compiled a little spreadsheet of all the people who have testified so far. And so that was the information presented, and you can't see it, but I'm just, oh, you can't see nothing. How about if I put it right here? Yeah. This is what my compilation. I forget you can't do the white with the green screen. My bad. So this was the information, because you remember when Agent Croft testified, he said that there was a MacBook that had two users' names. One was I guess Cassie, and the other one belonged to Frank Black. And so he is talking about, you remember how Cassie would say, I would delete these videos off my devices and yet they would come back. Well, I don't think, and I'm not a computer person, but if there's two people on the computer, depending on who is the computer, what do y'all call that? I was going to say the main host, but the computer owner, and then the computer owner, and then you can have a profile on the computer. Depending on who the computer owner is, they can set the computer to where you won't have the ability to delete stuff, or even if you do, that they can recover that stuff, because nothing is deleted. I mean, even when you delete something, it'll tell you, well, it'll stay in the trash for 30 days. So you can delete something, and then if you don't delete it from the trash, it's going somebody can come right behind you and put that thing right back on the computer. All right, let's continue. Let me hush trying to think. I'm so kind of like an expert. Prosecution. These are enhanced versions of original videos created in 2012 and 2014. Mr. Piazza, what were you asked to do with this actually explicit video? Piazza, enhance the audio component. Prosecution, we admitted these videos into evidence and no further questions. So there is a break, and they've come back. And so now he's being cross-examined by Garagos. Tini Garagos. What is your understanding of the source of those surveillance video? Piazza, the native system. Garagos, how did they come to your possession? Piazza, they were exported and transcoded. Who gave the surveillance video to you? The U.S. Attorney's Office. Who gave it to them? Piazza, I do not know. Garagos, did you say it was from a cheap system? Piazza, I don't think I said that. Garagos, let me show you your notes. This is only for the witness. Yes, Combs. Garagos. So you called it cheap? Piazza. I don't know when this document was created. Garagos. But you thought the system was cheap in a way. Let me play you 10C-103. There are 2 minutes not shown. Piazza. This is my corrected version, but there are a few issues that we cannot correct. The system is buffering some of that time, and some portions were motion activated. Garagos. Let's again play the male coming into the elevator bank at 11:02, and then the timestamps are jumping around. On the video, Cassie is being stomped on the ground. Piazza. It's constantly playing catch up. Play ahead. We're at 11:11:28. Garagos. The female picks up the house phone. There is sort of cut. Can you explain? Can you go back? Can you back up and go frame by frame? Sure. But is the male separated from her? Yes, the bag drop triggered it. Garagos, a 10-second difference. Programming note. Even I lost track of the thread from some time, but kept reverting to on the ground 1 hour ago, now resuming, but this needs to be fixed. Combs. Excuse me, Garagos. Let's watch it again. Did we jump about 10 seconds on the timestamp? Piazza, yes. Piazza, there's a 5-second offset between the two cameras that you just showed. Okay. The female picks up the phone and the male walks away. Start again, please. Is this him walking away? Piazza, yes. Play more. Geragos, did you see this translucent or ghost-like figure in the cell phone video as in the surveillance video? The cell phone video was not high quality enough to capture it. Geragos, but it's not there. Piazza, it's not. Combs, Geragos. Mr. Piazza, thank you so much for coming in. We have no further questions for you. Judge, Miss Miser. So they are off they are 5 minutes off. My notes told me that there was a 5-minute 55-second difference and another offset of 5 seconds. Do these videos reliably and accurately depict what happened? Piazza, yes. Judge, you may go. Before the next witness, there is a sidebar. Excuse me. All right, so it says here, surveillance video from the 2016 hotel altercation reliably depicted what happened, video expert says. Frank Piazza confirmed again that he believed the security video that captured the 2016 hotel altercation between Sean Diddy Combs and Cassie Ventura reliably depicted what happened that day. A video compilation of the 2016 altercation at the Intercontinental Hotel used footage from a few surveillance cameras that showed different angles of the incident. Defense attorney Terry Geragos pointed out that the surveillance camera did not have all the same timestamps. Forensic video experts, Frank Piazza testified that the cameras were not linked to the same internal clock, but he said that he was able to sync the footage based on overlapping events. Forensic experts explains motion activated cameras only update timestamps with distinct movement. So basically what they were just because the defense was saying that the footage had been altered and that it wasn't the correct footage. They're saying it was the correct footage. It's just the fact that you have motion activated cameras. So with the motion activated camera, it's only going to come on when motion is detected. So, and you all have Ring cameras and you know exactly what that is. You can have just a stream of just steady nothingness or the same stream. But once motion comes in, the camera kind of does this little number just a little bit, just you can catch, excuse me. You can catch it, and then the motion will happen. And so if those people are standing there and they stop movement or they stop moving for 5 or 6 seconds, the camera cuts off and then it'll come back on. And then it seems a little staticky. All right. So then we have Brianna Bongolian, who's taking the stand. Bono. Oh, she's a fashion designer. Got you. You remember Deontay mentioned Bono. Deontay. You see I'm old school. You see I got paper. Deontay Nash. He mentioned her. Let me pull it up. He mentioned her. Yes. Yeah, Deontay Nash mentioned this woman. So let's continue. What else are you called? Bongolian. Bana. Prosecution. What do you do? What do you work in? Mongolia. Fashion design. Prosecution. What did Mr. Combs do to you? He held me over a 17-story balcony. She's the woman. You remember we were hearing that story? She is the woman. She's the friend. Any after effects? Mongolian. Night terrors. I wake up in my sleep. Prosecution. Who is this? Mongolian. It's Cassandra Ventura, Cassie, my friend. I met her in 2013 at Young and Reckless, the streetwear company, then at Diamond Designs. Prosecution. How would you describe Cassie's relationship with Mr. Combs? Mongolian. Volatile. I did not want to meet him right away. I had seen a black eye. She begged me to meet him. Prosecution. Did you do design work for Mr. Combs? Mongolian. A little. Where did Mr. Combs live? Mongolian. I think in like Beverly Hills. Westmoreland. Objection. Speculation. Prosecution. Judge, ask another question. Prosecution. Do you know the name of the street? Mongolian. Mapleton, 200 South Mapleton. Prosecution. What did you do with Cassie? Drugs, and we'd go shopping. We hang out with Deontay and others. Is this a photo of you and Cassie shopping? Mongolian. Yes. In April 26th. Puff texted Cassie, asked where she was, sent a list of where we've been. Prosecution. So it's just like she made a move. Not funny, ha, but funny like damn. So she's walking out the house and she's gone from the house 2 or 3 hours. He's texting to get a rundown of where she's at and where she's been. And y'all swear that's love. Had you or Cassie told Mr. Combs where you were? Mongolian. No. Prosecution. How did it make you feel? Westmoreland. Objection. So it looks like Westmoreland is going to be the person that's going to cross-examine her. Hold on. Brianna. I wonder if her dad's named Brian. Okay. Oh, Lord, I forgot about Tiffany Red, y'all. You think Tiffany Red is going to be in here? How did it make you feel? Westmoreland. Objection, judge. Overruled. Bungoli. Like, oh my God, he knows where we've been. Prosecution. Where would you sleep at Cassie? Answer, couch or balcony? Did Mr. Combs come over? Bungoli. Yes. He banged on the door and came in. Prosecution. Do you know how? I don't know. Oh, is this how or why supposed to be? Mongolian. I don't know. He was upset. He threw a knife in her direction and she threw it back. He left swiftly. Prosecution. Were you doing drugs? Answer. I don't remember. Prosecution. Did you call the police? No. Why not? Mongolian. I was scared. Did you see injuries on Cassie? Mongolian. She showed me a FaceTime before makeup for the perfect match. What did she say? She was quiet. Mongolian. We were at a party at the Blind Dragon, a karaoke bar in West Hollywood. Then we went to Cassie's house to help her pack. Deontay was there. Puff, are you under subpoena? Yes, I won't get in trouble if I'm truthful. Prosecution, did Mr. Combs provide you drugs? Mongolian. Yes, one was called G. I'm not an avid user. Ketamine, marijuana, cocaine. Prosecution. See, they ask these questions and people are like, oh, well, it's nothing. It's just, it's, what is it? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Yes. but it's still not right. And why? Anyway, how often did you get drugs for Cassie? Bungolian, often. Those oxy pills. Prosecution, did she pay you? Bungolian, yes. Prosecution, did you get drugs from Mr. Cohn? Bungolian, yes, once. Cocaine. Prosecution, did you sell drugs to others? Bungolian, yes, sometimes. Prosecution, did you try with Cassie to stop drugs? Yes, we tried to cook, but there was a lot of drugs around. Prosecution, has Mr. Combs ever threatened you? Bungolian, yes. Hold on. Let's continue. Let me show you a photo from April 2016. Who's in it? Bongolian. The photographer who goes by the name Bad Boy with an I. We thought it was cool that that was his name. We thought he made some art. Bungolian. Puff came up close to my face and said, I am the devil and I can kill you. Prosecution. Were you taking drugs that day? Bungolian. Probably cocaine. Prosecution. Did you continue to see Mr. Combs? Yes. Why? Bungolian. I don't know. Prosecution. Did you tell the government about this threat in your first meeting? No. Why? Westmoreland. Objection. Judge sustained. We could break here. So they took a break. They're back. Anything before we let the jury in? Prosecution. No disputes. Laugh. But we now think Jane will not go on the stand today, given how this is going. We would like to get Enrique Santos on today, some exhibits for Jane and tech issues. Okay. Jury comes out. Then is told to return to the jury room. Judge, jurors, we have seen some tech issues have to go under the tables. I'm going to ask you to retire to the jury room just for your comfort. We'll bring you back in a few minutes. All right. What happened on the balcony, Bungolian? I was there. Prosecution. Now, I don't understand that. Okay. Cassie and my ex-girlfriend at the time. Prosecution. What were you doing? Bungolian. Sleeping on the couch with my ex. Doing drugs? I don't recall. Child, ain't no way in the world you would. Ain't no way in the world you're gonna make me believe. No way you're gonna make me believe that if you did the drugs that you said that you did, that you took a day off. Just not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. Ooh, that's just not gonna happen. And I don't know who she fooling. Cause y'all were in there just cutting up. Oh, goodness. All right. What did you do when Mr. Combs arrived? I took my ex-girlfriend to the bathroom. I went, shh, why? I didn't want to expose her to what I saw. Then Bungolia went out on the balcony and either lit the blunt or was about to. Mr. Combs came up behind me on the balcony. He lifted me up and put me on the railing. Can you show us how he held you? To myself, show us. How much do you weigh? I can't say because of but about 115 pounds. What did Mr. Combs scream at you? He yelled, you know what the F you did? I said back, I don't know what the F I did. Prosecution, how long did he hold you there? How long it takes to say that multiple times? You know what the F you did? Ooh. What next? He threw me on the balcony furniture. Were you injured? I didn't know at first. What did Cassie say? Along the lines of, did you just hang her over the balcony? Then I heard, her girlfriend is in the house. Lord, Cassie. Oh, gosh. Cassie. Diddy. Girlfriend in the bathroom. Mongolian. He left and I left. I wanted to take a shower. I felt disgusted. I saw a huge bruise on my leg with like a piercing in the middle and back and neck pain. Is this a photo of Fairnack representative leg? So they show her leg. Prosecution. Excuse me, Bung. I called one of my managers and said, if you're scared of anything else, just go to a chiropractor. And they said, did you tell the chiropractor who done it to you? No. They asked, but I just paid and took the neck brace. Prosecution. Is the neck brace in this photo of you? Yes. Did you ever talk with Mr. Combs about this? I said, I don't want any problems with you. He didn't say anything. When did you last see them? January 2nd, 2018. Prosecution. What do you remember? Mongolian. I tattooed the date on myself. Why? It's the day I decided to get sober. It was a New Year's thing in Miami at the one hotel. Puff, Cassie, and I did 8 hours of ketamine together. Were you aware Cassie included the balcony incident in her complaint? Yes. I told her she had her facts wrong. It wasn't in a hotel. And Tiffany. Tiffany Red was Brianna's girlfriend? Have you talked with Cassie about your testimony or hers? Mongolian. No, I have nightmares. I scream. When was the last time you had nightmares? The other day. Have you hired a lawyer about the balcony incident? Yes, my first lawyer hired in January 2024. Did you mention anything in your first meeting with us? No. Did your first lawyer send demand letter to Mr. Combs? Multiple. And the demand was high. He picked it. Did you approve the letters? No, they were incorrect. I let him go. Who? Tyrone Blackburn. This man can't write a good affidavit to save his life because, he is the attorney that Little Rod had put in. And the judge had to admonished him because some of the stuff that was in the affidavits was not factual. And it could be proven that it was not factual. And the judge was very upset because he had to go through all this non-factual information. And they felt like it was purposely non-factual. So Tyrone Blackburn has been working. Is that the end? Okay, so where are we? We've caught up again. They haven't even taken a lunch break here. Have they? Okay, they did. So let's look and see what she says. And I'm reading from CNN. All right. Assistant U.S. Attorney Madison Smizer asked Brianna Mongolian about an altercation with Sean Diddy Combs on September 2016. I was held over a 17-story balcony, she said. Combs then threw her onto the balcony furniture. Mongolian tested that she sustained injuries from the altercation. She said she had a bruise on her back of her leg and back and neck pain. She also said, I have night terrors and paranoia and scream in my sleep sometimes. Mongolian described Cassie Ventura as one of her close friends and said that they are still friends today. She said she and Ventura worked together at a streetwear company called Diamond Supply Company around 2014 and 2015, and that's where they became friends. And I noticed that this is what hit me because I think the defense and everyone was like, well, he didn't control everything she did. She was out there working. But you notice what Brianna said. Brianna said he knew exactly where we were at all times of the day. So even if she was, I think people think that, again, when you talk about the perfect abuser and the perfect victim, we think that the perfect victim is being locked down in some kind of dungeon, because that's what we think about when we think about abuse, and a lot of that is television and all kinds of other things fault. But within reality, you have abused women that hold 8-hour jobs. I mean, we just have to be real. You have people that hold 8-hour jobs, and then there's always this level of dictation. And I'm quite sure about what you wear, when you wear, who you with, how you with them. And if he feels like you're doing something on your job that you're not supposed to, they'll just show up. I remember an incident that a coworker was telling me about. We worked in a building, and I think it was like 2 or 3 floors, and we had security. And what happened was, this woman was being one of my coworkers being abused by her husband. And I don't know exactly what was going on, but he comes up to the place. Now, you're not just supposed to allow somebody to walk in the building. They have to go to the front desk, they have to sign in, they have to get a visitor's pass, and then they have to get a visitor's pass. And then they got to they got to stop by security, because security was supposed to walk them in. Well, somehow, some way, and again, it's about the charm, it's about all of those different things. Those things something was bypassed. I don't know if he followed an actual worker in through the locked doors. I don't know exactly what happened. But what I will say that happened is that once he got in and he got to this woman's office, she's interviewing a client. The client happens to be a man, and he then persists to go and to scream and holler, "I knew you was cheating on me. I knew you was cheating on me." Because, where I worked at is people where I worked at that time, people falsely believed that the only clients that you saw were women, and persisted to come and beat my coworker down. So now the police are called, all this kind of stuff, all of these things are going on. And then we find out that there is some stuff going on. But, and from what I understood, that he also was carrying a pew pew. Hey, Donna. Thanks for stopping by and rocking with me today. Appreciate you. He had a pew pew. So again, people want to think that, oh, well, she's making money and she has a job. Yes. That's the diabolical thing about it all. You want people to think outwardly that things are going okay, but it's not. And you can use fear and you can use coercion to keep them there. And people's like, oh, well, if I was in this situation, they wouldn't be able to do that. Probably not. But again, abusers know and pick their victims. Just like when you'll hear you'll have siblings, and there'll be a siblings of 5, and out of the 5, 2 of them are being essayed and the other 3 are not being touched. Why? Because the abuser knows which one that he can control to get them not to do something. Whether he is threatening the 2 by unaliving the other siblings, or doing something to their mother, or doing something, he knows. This is why I tell you, ladies, and I explain all the time, do not use your children for social currency. Do not put your children's bodies up for other people for social currency. And what do I mean by that? This is what I mean. I don't care who these people are. They can be your family, they can be your friends, but you do not make your children go hug and kiss on people when they say they don't feel comfortable doing that. Teach your children how to speak. So when auntie so and so and you can tell them, teach them, hello, auntie so and so. It's very nice to meet you. How are you? And have them strike up a conversation. They don't have to go and hug on auntie. They don't have to go hug on Uncle Earl. They don't have to go hug up on pastor and pastor's wife. And then you make this big display because your child is showing you that they're uncomfortable. You make this big display, fussing and cussing. You may not be fussing and you may not be cussing in front of the pastor, but you make this big old display. Go on over there and give him a hug. You acting so silly. Oh no, what's wrong with you? Meanwhile, while you're doing that, you ain't looking around to realize that those people that abuse other folks, they're watching you. They're watching you. And if you have been someone that has interviewed children that have been essayed, 9 times out of 10, they say, well, I didn't want anybody to get in trouble. I didn't want to get in trouble. So parents, do not use your children for social currency and then chastise them about not wanting to use their bodies to enrich your social currency. Here. All right, let's check out. All right, let's continue. Prosecution. Did people reach out to you? Bungolian. Tiffany, Cassie, the producer, Rob Holiday. Prosecution. Was he friends with Mr. Combs? Bungolian. Yes. Westmoreland. May we have a sidebar? Uh-oh. Who is this Rob Holiday? And why was it necessary to have a sidebar? Interesting. Why is it necessary to have a sidebar? Let's see. Brianna Bunk described Cassie as one of her close friends and said they're still friends today. She said she and Ventura worked together at a streetwear company called Diamond Supply Company around 2014. Bungolian said that Ventura was in a relationship with Sean Diddy Combs when she first met her, but didn't meet Combs until about a year later. I wasn't really fond of what I was seeing, so I wasn't really wanting to meet him, Mongolian said. She said she had seen Ventura with a black eye before and had seen her upset while on the phone with Combs. Mongolian said she finally agreed to meet with Combs after Ventura begged her to. Brianna testified that on a 2016 shopping trip she went on with Cassie, who was dating Sean Combs at the time. Mongolian said Combs sent Ventura a list of all the places the two women had been that day, even though neither one of them told them that they were there. And this backs up or corroborates the testimony about Diddy putting trackers on the phone. Because you remember Capricorn Clark told Cassie, you don't need to put this information on this particular phone. And this was way after Capricorn Clark talked to her about that. And I was trying to see. I don't know if it was it George Kaplan? I don't know if it was George or David that they had testified that that's how they knew how to get to Cassie because security had tabs on her. They knew where she was. And if she didn't answer the phone or anything like that, Diddy sent one of them to go get her. She said that they went back to Ventura's apartment shortly after receiving the list. Ventura's friends recall seeing her with a black eye before a movie premiere. Brianna said that Cassie Ventura called her on FaceTime while she was getting ready for the Perfect Match movie premiere. Now, was this the 2016 incident? This is after the Intercontinental, because I believe that's when, hold on, my old trusty IDMB. Yep, that's that this would be gotcha. This would be this movie. This would be this movie. I'm not going to pay too much of it because just the visuals, they be trying to ding me. The movie premiere was just after the 2016 hotel assault, which was captured on video surveillance, right? During Ventura's testimony early in the trial, the prosecutor showed the jury a photo of Ventura's dressed in a gown and wearing large black sunglasses. Ventura said they were to hide her black eye. Mongolian said on the stand today, testified that both she and Ventura were quiet on the FaceTime call. I remember saying, "I'm sorry." Mongolian said she also saw bruises on Ventura at other times. Mongolian recounts the argument between Combs and Ventura at her 29th birthday. So let's get into that. So what we left off on was a sidebar. All right, they're back. Who did Mr. Holliday say he was calling for? Mongolian, Puff. Prosecution. What offer was he authorized to offer? Westmoreland, objection. Judge, sustained. Oh, so there was an offer offered. What are we talking about? Prosecution. How did you feel during the call? Mongolian, I declined the offer. Westmoreland, not responsive. Judge, sustained. Move on unless you're prepared to ask some of the foundational questions we discussed at sidebar. Did you talk with him again? No. I think we have gone off the plot, y'all. So let me click out of here. Okay, we read that. We'll listen to this. Hold on. All right, let's listen because they went to lunch. So let's listen to Inner City Press.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. We're heading into now day 16 of the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial. Things were heating up. Yesterday, there was a woman who began speaking before the jury came in saying, "Diddy, they're out to get you." She was summarily removed. There was some other talk. We may have more on this later, but there were two main witnesses yesterday. One was Eddie Garcia. He was the one who asked for immunity, and it became clear why. Basically, he asked, or he says that Combs and Christina Koram talked him into it, but he ended up taking $100,000 cash out of a cash counter in a LA condo unit to disappear the video of Combs assaulting Cassie Ventura. This is going to be pushed as obstruction of justice pretty clearly, but they didn't draw the point on there. They just got his testimony. Same thing with this CFO of various Combs entities known as Derek Ferguson. He actually said some praiseworthy things, particularly on cross, but even on some on direct, about the Combs enterprises. But the whole point of his testimony was to point to a particular transaction involving the company that owns, the LLC that owns or owned Combs's Alpine, New Jersey house. There was a mysterious $20,000 in and a $20,000 out. Reginald Ventura was mentioned. That's the father of Cassie Ventura. And if listeners will remember that Combs, in a fit of pique, called up Cassie's parents and said he was going to release the sex tape unless they paid him $20,000, which honestly he didn't need. This was actually one of the most mean-spirited things that's been testified to. He then later returned the money. So they basically showed. So there's another predicate, another RICO predicate, extortion. Now the big witness coming up is Jane. That's a pseudonym, and we respect that, for the record, as we did in the first case, absent errors by presentation. Jane will be testifying from late today through Thursday, Friday, and into Monday, and then there'll be cross-examination. They say it may last until next Thursday when she has a flight to leave the country. So is that their last witness? I think that there's some other things they're going to need to nail down, travel records of the escorts, etc. But we're on it. We're all over it, and we may have more to say. Also on the threads front, yesterday, many complaints about broken threads. We tried to fix it by limiting replies. It definitely seemed to work, but there were some who didn't like it, and I personally like replies too. So we may go back to the original way. We'll just have to see if that works. Now, what else can we say? Oh, here's kind of, actually, let's get serious. On the immigration front, there's a guy called Robert Pantine. We covered his case. He is here for a long time, but he definitely didn't, he's here illegally. Anyway,
All right, I wanted you to see or hear, listen to his stuff in regards to Diddy. Let's see if we can get back to where we were. Make sure you all are hitting that heart button. Make sure you all are hitting that like button. It helps with my engagement, and I do appreciate it. We're almost there. If I didn't heart these things, I promise you we would be confused. All right. Okay. After another sidebar, the objections are sustained. Move on. Prosecution. Your lawsuit, did you write it? Mongolian, no. How much is being requested? Mongolian, 10 million. Nothing further. Judge Cross. So yes, Westmoreland is going to get up here and she's going to cross. I need to ask you some questions. You have immunity as long as what you say is true today, right? Mongolian, yes. Who decides if you're lying? Mongolian. Prosecutors? Westmoreland. Miss Bongolan, you were a graphic designer? Yes. So we are caught up. Let's see what's going on over here. She described the drug use. Mongolian testified Combs threatened her during a 2016 beach photo shoot. Brianna Mongolian testified about a time when Sean Diddy Combs threatened her while she and Cassie Ventura were doing a photo shoot on the beach in early 2016. He came up really close to my face and said something around the lines, I am the devil and I could kill you. Okay, so that gives context to when that was happening. So they were involved in something because I couldn't understand, like, why would he just walk up to somebody and say something like that? I didn't get the context. And, you know, context is key a lot of times. Context is key. She said she didn't know what prompted Combs to say that to her. And she said Combs had never said anything like that to her. Bongolan has said she couldn't tell if Combs was high. She said that she was probably taking cocaine that day. I was terrified, but because of the cocaine, I had little confidence and just brushed it off, she said. Uh, they took their lunch break. Here we go. So let's get some more information about the details of when Puff held her over the balcony. Assistant U.S. Smizer directed Brianna back to the incident on the balcony of Cassie Ventura's Los Angeles apartment. Bongolian testified that she was asleep with her ex-girlfriend on a couch in Ventura's apartment when she heard Sean Combs banging on the door September 2016. Ventura was in her bedroom at the time. Bongoli took her ex-girlfriend to hide into the guest bathroom and then went to the balcony herself to appear casual. Bongolian said she hid the other woman at the time of the test. I didn't want to expose her to the things that I see. Well, girl, you was over there with Cassie them. You knew this man knew where Cassie was at all times of the day. She said she had a marijuana cigarette on the balcony facing away from the door when Combs came out on the balcony. I either lit the blunt or was about to light it, Bongolian said. He basically came up behind me. He lifted me up and then had me at the top of the rail. Bongolian testified that Combs grabbed her chest and then held her by her armpits over the rail. Ooh. Ooh. Bongolian testified that Combs grabbed her chest. Ooh. Her feet were dangling above the railing, she said. Bongolian is about 5 feet tall. Combs repeatedly yelled, do you know what the F you did, according to Bongolian? She said she still doesn't know what Combs was talking about at the time. She recalled respond something like, I don't know what the F I did. After about 15 seconds dangling over the railing, Combs threw her onto the balcony furniture. She said she had a lot of adrenaline and didn't realize she was hurt right away. Bongolian said that as she was falling, she heard Ventura's voice. Bongolian said Ventura asked something like, did you just hang her over the balcony? And it sounded like she was in disbelief. Ventura and Combs then began talking, and Bongolian heard something about her girlfriend being in the house. Combs left shortly after. After Combs left, Bongolian went back to her apartment. I was shaking a lot, she said. She said she had a big bruise with a piercing in the middle of it on her leg. She suffered neck and back pain. The jury saw a picture of the bruises. Bongolian said Combs or one of his team FaceTimed her. So he's not only being violent to Cassie, he's now being violent to her friend group. Let's continue. Bongolian says Combs or one of his team FaceTimed her a day or two after the balcony incident. Bongolian said that Sean Diddy Combs or one of his security guards FaceTimed her a day or two after the incident on the balcony. I remember saying a couple of times, I don't want any problems with you, she testified. She said Combs didn't say much, but he kept putting his hand over his head and breathing and alternating, looking away from the camera, then looking back. Bongolian says she did not report the incident on the balcony to police because she was scared. She said she and Combs saw each other after the incident and tried to be cool. So he comes back after he does his violence, being all remorseful. You understand those patterns, don't you, ladies? Being all remorseful. Mm. She testified that she told her managers about the incident, and one advised her to at least see a chiropractor if she was too scared to do anything else. She said she saw a chiropractor that day, but did not disclose who caused her the injuries when asked. The juror was also shown a photo of Bungolian's neck and back that appeared reddened and covered with bandages. The image shown was actually a photo of an iPhone displaying the original picture. Bungolian said her ex-girlfriend took the photo and she couldn't airdrop it. Bungolian testified that she didn't seek further medical treatment at the time because of the drugs in her system numbed the pain. Okay, so the drugs in her system was numbing the pain. Okay. Bungolian said the last time she was with Combs and Ventura was New Year 2018. She said she hung out with Sean Diddy, Combs, and Cassie around New Year's. She testified that she went to the penthouse suite at the One Hotel in Miami with Combs and Ventura for New Year's, where they did ketamine for 8 hours. 8 hours, y'all. After that, she left and decided that she can no longer use drugs. She tattooed the date on her neck as a commitment to get sober and not go back. Bungolian says she wasn't able to get sober right away, but she's sober now. After leaving the hotel in Miami that day, Bungolian said her relationship with Ventura became sporadic. You and Cat, okay. So let's get back to Inner City Press. You and Cassie would work on designs, including at her hour. True, or is that all hours? Yes, we were focused on a T-shirt design. Westmoreland. All right. You were focused on a T-shirt design. Bungolian. There were a lot of things. Westmoreland. She asked you to come over? Yes. You Westmoreland. You suggested Cassie do a photo shoot in the pool in just a T-shirt? Bungolian. That wasn't the first idea, but yeah. Westmoreland. You began to feel comfortable with her. Bungolian. Sounds around it. You spent the night? Yes. Is she alluding that Cassie and this girl had some type of relationship? I'm just asking a question. Westmoreland, you went to parties with Cassie? Bungolian, not going to parties, we party. Westmoreland, okay. You did a lot of drugs with Cassie. Bungolian, yes. How did marijuana make you feel? Bungolian, sometimes hungry. Thank you, Nori. This is what I was thinking. Oh, he's about to make this like a lovesick thing. You wanted her and she rejected you. That's the first thing that came to my mind. That she's unrequited love. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Unrequited love. Let's get back to what CNN says. Brianna Bogolian testified that she spoke to Cassie Ventura after Ventura filed her lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs in 2023. She told Ventura that there were a few details wrong about the balcony incident described in Ventura's lawsuit, such as it not happening in a hotel and Ventura having the date wrong. When asked if she experienced lasting effects from the incident with Combs, she whispered yes. She also testified that she experienced nightmares, a lot of paranoia, and I used to scream a lot in my sleep, but it's dissipated a little bit. She says she didn't experience these things before the incident. She said she hired a lawyer, and that was a Freudian slip. I said liar, and maybe that's what I meant to say. Anyway, she hired a lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, in January 2024. Blackburn made a monetary demand to Combs regarding the balcony incident. Bongolian testified that she fired Blackburn when she realized he had included the incorrect information in the monetary demand paperwork. Tyrone, you can't. Hire you a good paralegal. Shout out to the paralegals in the world. Hire you a good paralegal that can write this information down and get everything together. Because you are out here messing up. You in the thick of things, but you messing up. Because if you mess up on the paperwork, if you don't get good details in the paperwork, you're not going to get good details anywhere else. We're just waiting to see if more information pops through from inner city. What time is it? So it's 2:31. Hold up, y'all. Let's see. There's some schedule modifications. And so tomorrow they're going to go from 11 to 4. So we probably that'd be 10 my time. Okay. So by the time I get to them, they might not be at lunch. All right, let's continue. She has a lawsuit against him and she's seeking $10 million. She's testified that most of her time with Ventura was getting high. Because you get high. All right, let's do this. I'm just going through the footage I'm going through NBC's coverage. It says here, they talked about Frank Piazza. They said the prosecution filed into evidence under seal 10, I guess, freak off videos involving Ventura. The footage was dated between 2012 and 2014 and came from a user file marked Frank Black, an alias of Combs. Listen to this. Piazza's testimony might be coming across as highly technical and tedious as lawyers go moment by moment through security footage of Combs and Ventura. The rather dry testimony, though, has led to a cumulative impact of jurors having to sit through an extended look at Combs' brutal beating of his then girlfriend March 5th, his then girlfriend on March 6, 2026. March 5th, 2016 in Los Angeles. While Combs' defense in his opening statement concede he's prone to out of control temper tantrum, this kind of reminder might not be helpful for this cause. Okay. So that doesn't change. Bongolian testifies she witnessed Combs throw a knife at Ventura during a violent outburst at her apartment. Bongolian didn't recall the exact year when this incident unfolded, but said it happened in the middle of the night at Ventura's place in Los Angeles. Ventura picked up the knife and hurled it back at Combs, the witness said. Both of their throws missed. We got that. They break for lunch. Okay. They talk about the dangling. The witness says that she sued Combs for $10 million in order to seek justice for what happened to me on the balcony. When Bongolian was asked by the prosecution if she could give away $10 million for the balcony incident to never have happened, she unequivocally said yes. So we hadn't gotten to that yet, but still, let's go ahead. Combs' attorney, Nicole Westmoreland, began cross-examination of Bongolian by asking her about the immunity order she was provided for her testimony. Westmoreland clarified that the protection against prosecution only works if Bongolian is truthful. She then followed up by asking Bongolian who she understands has the power to decide whether or not she's lying. Bongolian said the prosecution. So we are all caught up. Let's see if no, I don't have anything else. Let me see what time it is. All right, here we go. We do have some stuff. Westmoreland, how does ecstasy make you feel? Bongolian, uplifted. Westmoreland, what about G? Bongolian, like the negative parts of alcohol. Westmoreland, perk. I threw up. Westmoreland, Cocoa Puff. Blunt with weed and cocaine. So that's what Cocoa Puff is. Is that why y'all are cuckoo for Cocoa? Is that why y'all are cuckoo for Cocoa Puff? Would you agree with me that you and Cassie had a serious drug problem? Yes. You sold drugs to Cassie a lot? Bongolian, yes. You got her hundreds of pills. Yes, they were hers. That's interesting. You sold drugs to Cassie. Bongolian. Is it Bongolan? Bongolan? Because I've been saying Bongolan or Bongolian. She said, you sold drugs to Cassie a lot. Bongolian. Yes. Westmoreland. You got her hundreds of pills? Bongolian. Yes. Then she follows up and says, they were hers. I don't remember if they asked Cassie about any of this stuff. Y'all let me know down in the comments if they did. Westmoreland. Name the drug dealers. Bongolian. I don't know if I can. Let's refresh. On this job, your clothing line didn't work out due to the Skater mentality at the Diamond Supply Company. I believe they saw the vision, but whatever. So basically, y'all had the vision, but y'all was too high to execute. Everybody had ideas. Everybody had all this stuff, but you were too high. Just too high to execute it. We're getting close to the 3 o'clock mark, so they may or may not be still You believe that you were one of Cassie's best friends? Mongolian, yes. Westmoreland. But you didn't meet Mr. Combs for a year. You met in 2016, first time at a dinner at his house. Mongolian, yes. He was standoffish with you? Yes. Ooh, child. Name the drug dealers so we can attempt to perjure you. Dang, it didn't work. Ooh, just one. You really thought that this girl was going to name people's name? Defense attorney Nicole Westmoreland asked Brianna how she felt when she used drugs like marijuana, cocaine, and ketamine, G, and acid. She said they partied a lot together and she regularly sold drugs to Cassie. You would agree with me that you and Cassie had a serious drug problem, Westmoreland said. Yeah, we had a problem, Mongolian said. On one occasion, Mongolian said she got Ventura so many pills it scared her. Mongolian acknowledged that she and Ventura were doing drugs together before Mongolian met Sean Diddy Combs. And I mean, that would pan out. That would pan out. Not funny, ha ha, but funny. What kind of question is that? Name the drug dealers. They saw a vision, all right. Let's see if we got one more. All right, here we go. Westmoreland. Did you talk with Deontay Nash after his testimony? Mongolian, yes. But not about his testimony, right? Mongolian. We know what's going on. Westmoreland. You don't need to talk because you know. Objection. Sustain. And I think this line of questioning that she's doing and talking, I think I really do think she's trying to get her to do a spontaneous utterance that her and Cassie were in a relationship and Diddy was in the way. And the reason that Diddy was upset with her, and you know what you did, is because she was trying to get in the middle of her relationship. which to me seems on theme and on brand with Diddy. Think about it. Anybody that would focus her attention off of him, he had smoke for. Anybody that kept the focus off of him and was showing her something that he didn't want her to see, he had smoke for him. I would love, 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 love to hear testimony from the girlfriend. Because ain't no way in the world she's just still sitting in the bathroom like that after hearing all that commotion. You people, these memes are killing me. Interesting. If Diddy told drug dealers not to sell drugs to Cassie, but her friend still got them for her, and that same friend was later allegedly dangling over a balcony, it sounds like a man who felt his control slipping. Because you remember, I told you everything had to go through him, and lashed out to reassert dominance. Classic coercive control behavior. Because remember, she said that they did the ketamine. And you remember Cassie testifying that she liked the ketamine because it helped her disassociate. And he didn't like that because he wanted her not to disassociate. So probably he was pissed off that she was giving her drugs and selling her drugs. Westmoreland, you hired Tyrone Blackburn to sue Mr. Combs? It was to seek justice. Westmoreland, your definition of justice is to sue Mr. Combs? Can you rephrase that? Suing for money? Yes. I mean, I mean, he's paying everybody else. What he thought he was just going to pay Cassie and nobody else? I guess he thought he was just going to pay Cassie and nobody else. It's like blood in the water for sharks. Because by November 2023, we were all aware that Cassie filed a lawsuit. It's kind of a pattern with Cassie's friends. The testimonies in these lawsuits, all the women seem to have. Interesting. Let's refresh one more time. Westmoreland, November 23, you were aware that Cassie filed a lawsuit. You were working together then? Yes. May we have a sidebar? Judge, you may. And they're having their sidebar, and we're not getting any information. Nothing new, nothing new. So here we are, 10 minutes to 3. I am unsure if they're going to go to 4 or not, but We're going to wait a few more minutes to see if they have anything else to testify because I've got to be somewhere in a few minutes. And so hopefully they'll have more information. Let's see. If everyone did a shot every time they asked for a sidebar, we'd be wasted. Yes, we would. Yes, we would. And I'm just reading the comments up under these particular comments, y'all. And but while I'm still here, let's remember I told you at the beginning that there was a lot of kerfluffle on the inside and on the outside of the courtroom. You remember I told you that there were a lady that they had to put out of the courtroom. So I will revisit that video again, her interview. So let me share this tab and we'll go back over it one more time.
I said to her, the white U.S. Marshal, I said, it's not okay. It's not nice. It's not nice. This black man is sitting in there. It's not okay. It's not okay. No.
Let me just give you all the tea while we in here. The courtroom is going crazy already. We first get here.
Now this was happening
they
outside the
put
courtroom.
Somebody out of the court. Okay. Now the courtroom erupted early on. It erupted early. It unwrapped today.
Smack me, nigga. Oh, okay. Who the fuck is dirty?
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
Move. No, you can talk
You can smack
as long
me.
as you don't touch me. So don't touch me.
You know I'm a talk.
Baby,
You know
listen,
I'm a
you're
talk.
broke.
You know I'm a talk.
Bitch, I'll slap you with $100,
Slap me,
bitch.
slap me,
Get the
nigga.
fuck out my face.
Slap me, nigga. Pussy ass bitch. Slap me, nigga. Slap me, nigga. Let's break this shit the fuck up.
I don't know who this is.
You thought I was feeling you?
Bitch, I don't know
You
you.
thought I was feeling you?
Your breath stink, bitch.
Oh, bitch. You thought I was feeling you? You thought I was feeling you? Oh,
She's
okay.
clearly trying to go viral.
Yeah, let's go viral. Let's go viral.
It's already
Let's go
viral.
viral.
You went viral. It's already
Let's go
viral.
viral.
You went viral.
I'm that bitch.
How do you feel?
I'm that bitch.
No.
I feel great. I feel fantastic. How y'all doing? Y'all cool?
Okay, you good?
Y'all cool? We outside. Is y'all cool?
That's why I don't go live out. That's why I don't go live out here.
Yes, please. Don't
But that's what I'm saying. I don't go live out here. This is crazy.
So for the context, I don't know what I don't know what transpired before he turned on his video camera, but that particular day, Armand was out and he was getting ready to do a vlog, and then this lady came up and she'd been following him and talking and everything like that. So I don't know, but yesterday was anything in retrograde yesterday? Was I mean, did Venus and Mars align? Was there anything going on? Okay, so there was no full moon yesterday. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but they said a blood moon is coming on the 11th. So maybe there'll be some stuff. Now, I did hear somebody give an interesting report about that, saying that I was watching, what's her name? Tissa Tales. I was watching her and she made an interesting point that I was going to run over. She stated that she thought that Diddy was trying to control the media. He couldn't control the bloggers or anything like that. So he was doing it via intimidation. I don't know how she got to that point, but it was still an interesting point that all of a sudden she's, because it's she reported that like in the overflow room, there was a lot of chaos going on in there too, saying like people with the free puppy shirts and all of that, and they were rumbling, doing way more rumbling this juncture than anything before. They hadn't seen all these many people in there. So again, I'm interested to know, yes, what was going on yesterday to cause all of that havoc and stuff going on in the courtroom. So let me check one more time, because I'm on. All right, so let's see if there's anything else. Let's go out. Let's click. All right. Westmoreland. Cassie included the balcony incident in her lawsuit. Bungolan, true. Westmoreland. Cassie said this happened at a hotel. True. Bungolan. She didn't say it like that. Westmoreland. You said your apartment, it has a balcony. She said that we get some interesting information from CNN just on the lines of this questioning. It says Brianna Bongolian confirmed that she spoke to Cassie Ventura before and after Ventura filed her lawsuit in November of 2023. Ventura asked Bongolian to name her in connection with the balcony incident in her lawsuit, but Bongolian said she refused. Bongolian also testified that she did not tell any of her friends about her own lawsuit. And y'all, we're going to have to cap it right there. I think that they're going to go to 4 o'clock. So if they have another witness, we definitely will get a hold of that. We definitely will get a hold of that. I have to be somewhere in a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, in about 15, 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get off here. If there's another witness that comes off on after her, we'll definitely do the catch up on tomorrow's video. Also, remember on tomorrow, which will be June 5th, court will be in session from 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that will be 10 to 3, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then on June 11th, which will be the Monday, June 11th. Girl, we are in June. All right. June 11th, which will be next Wednesday, the court will be in session. They won't start until 1 p.m. So does that mean they're only going to be in court for 4 hours? Interesting. And then June 20th, the day after Juneteenth, they'll stop at 1 p.m. Okay. So we got that bit of information yesterday, but I want to go back over it. We probably will, the day that it starts at 1 p.m., we'll probably start on time and just go those 3 or 4 hours. All right, people, this is the last little bit that I'm going to read, and then I'm going to go ahead and go. It says, and this is from NBC. Here we go. Bongolian testified under cross-examination that she reconnected with Cassie Ventura and worked with her in late 2023. Around the time Ventura filed her lawsuit against Cohn. A defense attorney probed Bongolian about her conversations with Ventura at the time, asking if they discussed filing legal actions as they worked. Bongolian said she didn't speak to Ventura before and after Ventura filed her lawsuit, but the two didn't discuss it while working. The pair did discuss the balcony incident in relation to the location and date it happened, Bongolian told the court. So you had to get them two minds together because both of them were high as kites. So they had to try to get that information and put it together and get it done right. Whoo, child. Anyway, y'all, we do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, we will see you here tomorrow. Wait a minute, hold up. Let me get the thing right. Because tomorrow is the 5th. They're going to start at 11 Eastern Standard Time. So I'll still start Eastern Standard, 11. Yeah, we'll still start at the same time. We'll just be only about an hour behind, and we'll just when we catch up, we catch up. All right, people. And as always,